We welcome you to Cardinals Stadium, where Louisville is set to take on Florida State. Both coming in 2-2, both seeking their first ACC win of the season, as the Cards take the field to face the Seminoles. And we welcome you to ESPN College Football, presented by ExxonMobil. And welcome to Louisville. I'm Beth Mullins, along with Anthony Becht. Rocky Boyman is also with us today. And Anthony, got a little bit of desperation in the air for these two programs, very accustomed to winning. And yet here we are a month into the season, and they're both looking for their first Power 5 win of the year.
Has any team been more maligned to start a football year than Florida State? They can't block. They can't catch. Well, you know what? They've improved last week. They're going to try to show that today. And Louisville, can you replace the most dynamic quarterback ever in the last 10 years in college football? They're trying to find a guy there, and they have a very young defense. This is a challenge for both teams, but one of them, Beth, has to step up and play well today.
We've seen a couple of guys, Juwan Pass, Malik Cunningham. They've also got the freshman Jordan Travis, and it will, they call Puma. Juwan Pass, who will get the start. Starting running back Day Williams is also going to try and give it a go today. The last-minute addition, trying to bounce back from a bruised knee. As the Cards get set to receive, freshman Hassan Hall is one of the guys back deep. And he'll bring it out to about the 22-yard line and a return of 20 yards. So here we go with the sophomore from Columbus, Georgia. Juwan Pass started the first 3 games, came on in relief last week, Anthony, and he's ready to go again.
Yeah, he's a big guy, a little different than Lamar, 230 pounds. This kid can whip it all over the field. Confidence is an issue. He's been the starter. They pulled him. He's back in. And accuracy. Not only has he not been getting the ball to the receivers, but the receivers have not been able to help him with drops as well. They got to be on the same page.
And life after Lamar has not been so kind just yet. We don't know if there's been bigger shoes to fill anywhere around college football than at quarterback for Louisville this year.
Ball start. Offense number 77. 5-yard penalty. First down.
And it's an O-line that they want to be more physical and more aggressive this week, in the penalty out of the gate.
Yeah, not a great start. You don't want to be pushed back, especially with Puma Pass. He needs to get confidence. They talked about that early in the game. Being backed up does not help.
We anticipate some running back by committee with an emphasis on the new guy, the freshman Hall from Atlanta, and he is the offset back now beside Pass. And he will be caught in the backfield and thrown down for a loss. Brian Burns with a nice push. Brooks cleaned him up. Rocky?
Yeah, guys, one reason Coach Petrinas told us yesterday why Pass is getting the start is his connection with the players. They really believe in him. He thought that continuity, the fact the whole team would be behind him, is important. He also noted that it's important to get him into the flow early, some nice, easy completions, and build that confidence up that you talk about, Anthony.
Hall gets the call again, met right in the hole by Dontavius Jackson. He's been their leading tackler the last couple of games, and it's 3rd down.
And Coach Petrino also talked about not having a variation at quarterback today. They want to exude confidence on his side with the quarterback in the field. So, again, being pushed back early is not a great start, but that's what he's going to stick with throughout this game.
Empty set on 3rd and 15. We're amongst the lowest conversion rates in college football on 3rd down. Pressure coming at Pass, and the completion down the middle of the field and out to the 40-yard line to Des Fitzpatrick in a first down.
Get it to the middle of the field. It's been a weakness for Florida State the last couple games, and they've seen that on tape. He takes a big hit, but he's still able to deliver a great pass down the middle.
They were looking for more big plays in this offense, and one there, 23 yards for the first down. They'll go empty again. Deep down the middle, incomplete. he had a couple of guys, both Smith and Fitzpatrick, out there in the same spot.
And he's looking down there. He threw his hands up. Usually when two receivers are close together down the field, somebody ran the wrong route. It looked like an ISO route for Fitzpatrick again, and Jalen Smith is also in the same area. So, again, someone messed up and brought an extra body over there.
I would have liked to see Fitzpatrick continue on that route. Looked like he might have pulled up a little bit on it.
Des, the sophomore out of Michigan, and Jalen, the senior from Mississippi. This is a solid group of receivers. A big hit on the underneath route. And that was Jackson again, the middle backer, but still a pickup of 6. It'll be 3rd down. Check to the sideline for a play update. Pass with some time, and he's got the first down across midfield into Florida State territory to Jalen Smith.
That's a nice start for Jalen, just to get that ball in traffic, move the sticks. This kid had 300 yards, Beth, in his first 2 games last year to start the season. Only 124 this year. He's had some drops. He's lost his focus. He wants to get back on track today with pass.
In a tough offseason for Smith, he had the appendicitis, he missed spring ball, he missed a lot of the summer, so that may be the reason for his slow start, but right now we're in this game early.
27th consecutive game with a catch for Jalen. They'll hand it off to Trey Smith, the junior out of Madison, Mississippi. Made his first start in their opener against Alabama. The big loss to Bama, and then the disappointing performance last week, falling to Virginia 27-3. It was the worst offensive outing of the Petrino era here at Louisville, so they got right back to work this week. They do not have an offensive touchdown in the first half in their first 4 games of the year. Rush from the pocket. Juwan gonna run with it. The stiff arm for extra yardage and out of bounds at the 31-yard line.
This is something I think will work well for him. Spread out, empty set, let him read it, 1 to 2. If it's not there, take off. He's still got enough speed to make plays. He's a big body. You see the big stiff arm, tough to bring him down. It's a nice start so far for Puma pass.
They'll go no huddle again with the 5 receivers and now slow it down.
You see the empty formation here, Beth, again, allowing the quarterback and trusting him versus a defense.
Burns got a hand on him. They wrap him up. The throw is away, incomplete. Brian Burns is getting a good push, and Durden almost brought down pass.
Yeah, unbelievable. He's able to get this pass off. Middle of the field is open. We talked about the weakness in the middle here. Something that he has to be quicker on. You got to be able to see that coverage. It's off coverage, and you know your receiver's bending in. Ball needs to get out of your hand right now. It doesn't come out there, hence the hit in the backfield.
Pass incomplete, intended for his tight end Averett. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10. They have converted both of their 3rd downs so far on the drive. Numbers for Juwan, 3 of 6, 35 yards.
Pressure look here for Florida State. Only 2 defensive linemen with their hand in the dirt.
One of those Josh Kendo down the bottom of your screen. Blitz coming right up the middle. Ball is out. Pass. Trying to grab it, and what an athletic play to hang on. It was DeKalen Brooks. unabated to the quarterback, and it's 4th down.
He's looking like his dad right here, Derek's father. Excellent job by him. You got to account for him. When you're empty and there's no backs in the backfield, linemen have to be able to pick up some of those depth rushers. No defensive linemen there. You got to be on that. It's a huge play for Florida State after a fast start by Louisville.
And DeKalen Brooks, only 5'10". I think just Linwood Foy, the offensive guard, didn't see him. He got underneath him, being that short stature.
And a loss of 15 bounces him all the way back out across the 45. Mason King's punt. Hits it at the 5 and stays in the field of play, and it's down inside the 1-yard line. "46 yards on the boot. Perfect spot to find the resting place." Florida State offense, under the direction of DeAndre Francois, leads the ACC in passing yards. And here's his scouting report, Anthony.
Tough as nails. He's going to stand in the pocket. He's a pure pocket passer, and there is no window, Beth. That's too tight for him to throw a football.
With his arm, with his legs, responsible for 7 of the 9 Florida State scores, and a flag, pre-snap, and a false start.
False start. Offense number 69. Half the distance to the goal. Still 1st down.
So from the half-yard line back to the quarter-yard line on their first possession of the day. An offense looking to find its identity. And a new offensive system under first-year head coach Willie Taggart. They'll run it with Cam Akers, a 1,000-yard rusher as a freshman last year, as he set the new school rookie rush record. Looking for a breakout game. The run game has been quiet to this point. They ran it nearly 60 times last week in their win.
It all starts up front, Beth. Protection, blocking's got to come together eventually for Florida State's offense.
Akers again on 2nd down. He gets out close to the 7-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and about 4.
And one thing about Akers, he's so explosive. He's such a strong back. They say he's kind of pushing it a little too much. He's trying to get too much on every single run instead of letting it flow into him. Big 3rd down now. See if they can convert.
Akers will move to the top of your screen as a wide receiver here. Four-man pressure hit as he releases, and it falls incomplete. It's 4th down, intended for Trey McKitty.
Nice job. Again, movement at the line of scrimmage. How do you confuse a line that's off key? You move your defensive lineman, right guard, number 72, Darnold. Had no idea that crosser was coming, and look who pays the price. The quarterback, Francois, with another hit.
Dorsey got in on him, Rocky.
Yeah, Louisville able to get pressure right there without blitz, and I talked to Van Gorder, the defensive coordinator, before the game. He said that was the key, affecting Francois. He did not want to blitz if he didn't have to.
Short punt on the run, fielded by Rajay Burns, and he brings it back to the 36-yard line. The Cardinals wanted a late hit. No flag thrown. Defensive play by DeKalen Brooks blew that up, forced the punt. 2 tight end set here. On the rollout after play action, dropping it off for Crum, and the tight end takes it down to the 30-yard line and a pick up a 6.
It's obviously early on. Louisville feels like there's an advantage in the pass game. A lot of empty sets, a lot of movement for Pats at the quarterback position, trying to give him an opportunity, like we've been talking about, to get confidence early on throwing the football.
He's hit on just 50% of his throws coming in. A couple of touchdowns, but 5 interceptions. Hassan Hall is the lone setback, and he'll get the carry. Nice move to the outside. He gets the edge. Cuts back inside the 10-yard line. And whistles stop the play. A gain of 13 yards.
13 yards on the play. And good.
And he stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, it looks like right here he's going to take a foot right on the white. It's pretty close. Petrino talked about Hassan Hall. He's one of the most explosive players with the ball in his hands. He's going to get some more reps today as a true freshman.
Boy, I'm not sure he was out there. Looked like some green, but they blew it dead. They'll run it again. Good second effort. And then the push down inside the 15.
Not bad for a 186-pound tailback. And this is a juice. This is for really both teams. Who's that player going to be to give him a little juice offensively? You hear the crowd getting into it. Maybe Hall's the guy today for the Cardinals.
He only had 7 carries through the first 4 games, but they wanted to feature him a little bit more today. A 3-star recruit who had originally committed to Syracuse. He'll motion out of the backfield. Pass, gonna step up, room to run, gets a nice block upfield, touchdown Louisville. And a 14-yard run. Pass with the assist from Devontae Pete with the block downfield.
Smart play by pass, making the right decision so far early on in this game, Beth.
Extra point from Blanton Creaky. And a short field set up by the fantastic punt from Mason King, and this is the result, Anthony.
Well, they've emptied it out. They tried to spread this defense. 4-man rush. Everybody drops. Pass takes the right decision and makes a play with his legs.
ESPN College Football is presented by the unexpected energy of ExxonMobil. Energy lives here. And in part by Pizza Hut, official pizza of college football. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Bobby Petrino pregame with his granddaughter Anessa. And the whole family's got to be excited about their first half touchdown against an FBS foe this season, and a 7-0 lead. 4 plays, 36 yards in a couple of minutes. And Puma Pass with the 14-yard touchdown run. Knowles will take a knee, and some more for DeAndre Francois. A little better field position this time.
Well, I'll tell you, Beth, he's been one of the better quarterbacks when he's had the protection in time. He's got great vision. He's got great touch. He can make all the throws on the football field. But when this offensive line figures it out and protection is there, he can carve you up now as good as any quarterback in college football. Big throw last week to Terry on the touchdown. Again, time is key. Can these offensive linemen mesh together, get back? It's good to see Dickerson back, number 69. So as they're getting healthy and bringing some of these players back, can Francois continue to do what he's done several times this year?
No one more excited than he is to have Landon Dickerson back in the lineup. They are still awaiting the return of Derek Kelly. A flag is down on the first down pass, incomplete to McKitty. Jeff Flanagan is our referee today.
Offside. Defense number 80. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Here's what you were referring to, Anthony. A lot of changes in that offensive line. In fact, 9 different guys have gotten the start, and Dickerson returns today.
Yeah, and guys like Eberle and Minshew, these guys have had surgeries. They've been injured. It's been tough to get the continuity just through the spring and then the summer camp as well. They're just trying to figure it out and piece it together and try to have some success on offense.
Please reset the game clock to 6 minutes and 5 seconds, please. 6:05.
And Anthony, if there's one position group on a football team that needs continuity, needs to work together, it's the offensive line. You can easily replace a linebacker or a running back, but those guys need to work together. They're trying to get that continuity here today.
With the new faster tempo offense of Willie Taggart, the end around to Harrison. A little jet sweep action out to the 40-yard line and a first down.
And I think, Beth, you were getting to my point that I wanted to make was the offensive line is much different than it was in the past. Pro-style system, they get in a huddle, they work on their blocks. With this up-tempo offense in this spread, it's a little more faster, a little easier for them, but they have to be quicker and smarter on the run.
Big thing for them when we spoke with offensive coordinator Walt Bell as Akers carries it out across the 45 is to maintain some drives. It's been a struggle thus far, and here they are moving it close to midfield. And quickly, the snap. Akers nowhere to go. Good fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Tabarius Peterson made the tackle. He continues to start for the injured Jonathan Greenard, probably their best guy up front.
You're right. Him and Robinson, 94. These guys have stepped up. Now, look, the defense is young. They've had a lot of injuries up front, but you got to come out strong. Those two guys, they've been leaning on their backs to make big plays.
It's been a big problem area for the Noles, trying to convert and keep drives alive. 3rd and 2. And Akers gets it into Louisville territory. And a gain of 7.
If there's anything that gives your offensive line confidence, running the football. Get a 3rd and short, get great push, move them out of the way. Akers gets a big response on the run, converts it. It's a nice job.
6 of their 7 plays have been on the ground. And another big day of college football, all leading up to Ohio State at Penn State tonight. 7:30 on ABC. There'll be a whiteout in Beaver Stadium. Edge pressure. Francois gets it off. Keith Gavin inside the 20. First down, FSU.
Yeah, Francois was licking his chops a little late on defense to cover up. Watch this. You see the outside rusher. Good job by Peterson. But watch this release whip. He just whips it across the middle. Perfect accuracy. 28-yard gain, Florida State.
In the red zone, looking to the end zone, popped up in the air, incomplete. Tamarion Terry, the redshirt freshman, couldn't haul it in. Cornelius Sturgill had the coverage.
And you see frustration out of Francois. He just took another hit on that pass, and he's upset. He needs that protection. These offensive linemen have to step up, grit it out. It's not about technique sometimes. It's about getting in the mindset, the attitude, and protecting your quarterback so he can have success.
Little receiver screen. Murray's got the room. Touchdown, Florida State. 17 yards. And a PAT away from tying it up.
Naquan is his guy in the passing game. Productive receiver, senior out of Orlando. Works the inside routes nice. It's a nice play design by FSU.
And there's his first touchdown catch of the year. Ricky Aguayo for the extra. "75 yards in under 2.5 minutes to even things up today in Louisville."
Showing the arm of Francois, delivering passes, a nice tunnel screen underneath. Some big uglies making some blocks that they need. Francois goes from mad to happy.
You're watching the ACC on ESPN. All even at 7 apiece. And a couple of teams desperate for a win. Both 2-2 on the season. Disappointing against Power 5 opponents. This would be big. Naquan Murray with the 17-yard touchdown catch from DeAndre Francois. Hassan Hall will bring it out. Ball popped out. across the 25, scramble for the loose ball. And Hall was able to get it back, a return of 27. Let's take a 15-second break. Be right back. Juwan pass and the Louisville offense back out there. Trey Smith is now in at tailback. Pass looking deep downfield and lunging for it is Jalen Smith. And they're going to say he got a foot down at the 30-yard line.
I'll tell you what, you get a guy back in your offense making plays like this. Look at this extension. Keeps the ball away from his body. I like that because he shows control. If he were to bring it to his body, he may have thought it was loose. It's a smart play by that crafty receiver in Smith.
42 yards. And Smith able to haul it in. And boy, are they giving Pass some confidence early with plays like that. They'll run it with Smith. Picks up a few up the middle.
It's a pretty throw for Pass as well. Getting that ball, running outside on the move, took a hit as he threw it. He's been pretty good so far, accurate with the football. It's been questionable the last couple games. You know, the confidence level is starting to rise with him. They really liked him in the spring, Beth, coming out, and they just weren't sure what was going on early in the season. Maybe this is a game he starts to break out.
Yeah, they thought he did some nice things in the Alabama game, but then struggled the next couple of weeks. He lost the starting job. And they put him back out there today, hoping for similar production. Nicky Crum going to be close to that first down marker. Kyle Myers and Hamza Nasruddin with the tackle.
It's obviously tough for a quarterback to gain confidence that he needs when, you know, Petrino's going back from him, then to Cunningham, and then bring another quarterback in later. But right now, he's really settled in, looks very confident.
Got a 3rd and 1 here. Ooh, good hit by Nasruddin right at the spot. It was Jackson who got him low first, and they're going to get a very generous spot for the first down.
It's a good job here. Everything's flowing left. Smith sticks his foot in the ground. I don't know if that ball was quite as close to the 20-yard line as the referees, but they'll take it.
Florida State sideline does not love that spot, Anthony.
Pressure coming. Another receiver screen. Tutu Atwell diving back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and Pass. Normally in those screens, he dropped back about 10 yards. He was about 15 yards away when he threw that. Defensive line was coming down on him. It's a good job of learning from your mistakes. They got beat on the tunnel screen last time, the defense. They came back and picked it up and tackled it well.
That was Wale Ame who was bringing some heat. Running it with Trey Smith down to the 5-yard line. First and goal, Louisville, and a run of 15.
That's his nice blocks on the right side. He got the tackle on the tight end, blocking out. And these are the holes. These are the things they have to do. Good adjustment by the tight end. Tackle blocks out. He slips underneath. Just having awareness. No better player to have awareness than a tight end, Beth. Making a move on the inside and sealing that block off. I love it.
Nicky Crum, the senior out of Columbus, Ohio. Smith dances down to the 3 into the arms of Frederick Jones. So they're going to try and get another playoff here before the end of the quarter. And they're going to go ahead and let that clock expire and head down to the other end of the field. 7-7, Louisville and Florida State with the Cardinals knocking on the door. And what feels like an early season must-win for the Cards and Noles. Welcome back to ESPN College Football, presented by ExxonMobil, as we get set to start the second quarter all even at 7 apiece, but Louisville trying to change that.
Last week, Beth, against Virginia, they got stonewalled at the goal line. First and goal, they couldn't punch it in. Let's see if they can come off the ball and make it happen here.
The fake to Smith, the throw to the end zone, touchdown! Mickey Crum, his first TD catch of the year.
I like the variety of options that Petrino's using in his offense today. Letting his quarterback get the ball to some new players as Crum scores.
A touchdown run and now a touchdown pass for Puma. And the lefty kicker, Creaky, punches it through. 14-7, Louisville.
Myers off the edge. Pass has to be ready to throw the football. A little delay route by Crum, scoring a touchdown. Pass is happy. Touchdown, Louisville.
Putting on those boxing gloves for the touchdown here in Muhammad Ali's hometown. Mickey Crum, his first TD catch of the season. And both teams, Anthony, that were desperate to find some offense, well, they're finding it early for Louisville.
They're doing a nice job. I really love the balance, Beth. Run, pass. They start out early, keeping Florida State on their toes a little bit on what they're seeing. The variety of options has been good.
Amir Rasul, who wears the 39 jersey for special teams, runs into a wall of Cardinals and is bounced back around the 13-yard line. Quinn Head leading the charge. So DeAndre Francois set to go to work. He's got a TD pass today, 17-yarder to Naquan Murray. With that replenished O-line in front of him, Anthony.
Yeah, well, you looked pretty good last drive. Took a little hit, but he had quick release getting the ball to Gavin up the middle. And then again, touchdown pass that was dropped. But he stands in there, delivers a pass on the tunnel screen to his favorite receiver, Naquan Murray. Gets a big score.
And guys, I have to admit, seeing a bunch of smiles down here on the Louisville sideline after the touchdown and after that big hit. This smile is a long time coming. This has been a pretty tough season, the way things have gone. But this crowd and this team right now are really feeling it.
Yeah, not scoring a touchdown coming into this game in the first half. That's always nice, too. That'll do it on my face, that's for sure.
And now they've got 2 of them. That last drive, 8 plays, 73 yards in under 4 minutes. Boys, Patrick is now in the backfield with Francois. DeAndre puts his head down. Going to bring up a 3rd and long here. Michael Boykin had the coverage. This is a young D-line out to prove itself.
Man-to-man coverage. Can a receiver win one-on-one, and can you have protection to get your quarterback the ball thrown?
Francois incomplete. He took another hit. Ended up on his backside. It was Derek Dorsey.
Well, Dorsey's been a problem early in this game. He's been leading the charge up front. And again, clean hits on the quarterback is not the formula for success for Florida State. Just beats the redshirt freshman, Brady Scott, the right tackle on that play to make a big hit.
Logan Tyler's going to punt with his heels on the goal line. Chases Burns back inside his own 40-yard line, and Rajay will set up the Cards in Seminole territory with a 16-yard return.
ESPN College Football. Brought to you by PlayStation Vue. Don't miss the biggest moments in sports. Start streaming today. And Infinity. Empower the drive.
Yeah, look at some of the Louisville legends, over 100 years of playing football. Of course, Lamar Jackson, a few years ago, the Heisman Trophy winner here. And one of the all-time greats from back in the 50s, Johnny Unitas, the first name that usually comes up when you talk about football in the Ville. They've moved his statue onto the concourse in one of the end zones. All a part of a fabulous $63 million stadium renovation. And a terrific scene here at Louisville on a gorgeous September day for college football. A touchdown lead for the Cardinals, and Juwan Pass had to go back to work. There was a penalty on the return, so instead of being out close to midfield, the hold will push them back to their own 29. A lot of work for the tight end, Mickey Crum, here on the shovel pass. Gain of 11.
It's a nice wrinkle right there. Fifth-year senior. Known more for being a blocker. Getting some love. You got to throw a dog a bone once in a while, Beth, right?
Any shovels in your past, Anthony, from your playing days? Did they have the coaches have that kind of confidence in you?
I kept telling them to get it, flick one to me. I could break a tackle or two, but never quite made the playbook.
Beth Mowens, Anthony Beck, Rocky Boyman with you today at Cardinal Stadium. That pass incomplete, looking for Devontae Pete. Juwan Puma pass, a rushing touchdown, a passing touchdown for a Louisville team whose offense hadn't scored in the first half this season. Two tight end set here. 2nd and 10. Now keep it on the ground, out across the 45. Hassan Hall. We did see Day Williams in the pregame warm-ups, but primarily it's been Hall so far in this first half. 3 carries, 16 yards.
And right now the offensive line for Louisville is controlling this front. I know Rocky really likes this front four. They're young, but they're big players. Let's see if they can hold up here on 3rd and short.
Got a great matchup, top of your screen, Brian Burns versus Mekhi Becton.
Burns coming, and the Noles get to the quarterback, led by Marvin Wilson. Top-rated defensive tackle when he was coming out of high school a couple years ago.
Yeah, Dontavius Jackson's going to come in, and again, you're going to spread it out. You lose a blocker on the inside. All the linemen are together. He has a little delayed blitz up the middle. Clean as day for him. Nothing pass can do. This is kind of the jump start they need. This defense has played well, Beth, the last couple weeks. They got to pick it up because Louisville's kind of hot early on in this game.
Loss of 10 will force the punt in the direction of DJ Matthews back at his own 20. Matthews a little delay. He'll be taken down immediately after the 47-yard kick by Mason King. The coverage by LaMarcus Thomas. And a 1 touchdown Louisville lead here in the first. Thank you very much, Chris Cotter. The Knights trying to extend that 16-game win streak. Top-ranked Alabama rolled earlier today. Clemson, not so much. Surviving a scare against Syracuse. Of course, the big news this week was the change at quarterback as we check out the college football rankings brought to you by Goodyear. Trevor Lawrence got knocked out of the game. Chase Bryce had to bring it home.
I mean, what the timing, right? That's all people were talking about. They like the pit. They don't like what they decided. I honestly thought Kelly Bryant should have stuck around a little bit. I get it. He wants to play. He feels like he's earned it. I believe him. I still thought there was some writing on the wall for him to be, or at least to kind of finish up what he started there, as we get a penalty on the field right now.
So now, how's that work, though? I mean, did Kelly Bryant sign anything? Can he come back and say, hey, coach, you know that whole I'm leaving
Personal
thing?
Foul.
Come back.
Face mask number 90. 15 yards to be added to the end of the run. First down.
Were you looking for him to run out of the tunnel there?
No, but I have to imagine.
Buckled up, you know.
I have to imagine on the team bus, there's a phone call from Dabo to Kelly Bryant, like, hey.
Bryce might tackle him, Rocky. Hey, wait a second, this is mine now.
Seriously, though, I mean, was there anything official about that, or he just kind of leaves school and he can come back now? That's going to be interesting to see.
Maybe they faxed it. The fax machines are a little slower.
We've seen that before, right? Elvis Dumerville, yeah.
We still don't know yet the severity of the injury to Lawrence. D. Smith just said hello to Marion Terry along the sideline.
Yeah, get your head on a swivel with D. Smith now. Quietly leads his team in tackles. He's a thumper. That's a hit right there.
Terry hung on to it, a gain of 6. 2nd and 4. After a lot of Cam Akers in the first quarter, it's Jaquez Patrick here in the second quarter. They've only run, that's what, their 17th play of this half.
Patrick, much different runner, 6'3", 235 pounds, downhill power guy, not as nifty with his feet. They like to get him downhill quickly.
Third and 4, just about everybody standing still on both sides except for Keith Gavin, who ran the route.
There's no flag on the field. There's got to be something. Touches his helmet, snaps the ball. Everything was done properly by Eberle. And I don't see a yellow flag. Everybody's putting their hands up right now.
Was that a designed play right there by Florida State to do it like that, Anth?
I just think the center had a heads-up chance there with the defensive lineman, and he snapped the ball, but a no call by the referees. They're going for it on 4th down.
Yeah, incomplete, so it's 4th and 4. Pressure coming. And a false start penalty here on Florida State.
False start. Offense number 69. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
So Landon Dickerson, returning from the injury, has been flagged twice now, and they're going to have to punt it away.
Beth, he practiced just one time this week, Walt Bell told us, so he's still a little bit rusty getting back in this, and it's showing.
And in typical offensive lineman style, was that on me? Oh, me, coach? Did he say my number? Yeah, it was you.
Logan Tyler to punt it away.
That's only good till you get to the film tomorrow, Beth.
Yeah.
Then the film, it never lies. This guy never lies.
14-7, the Ville on top. The years that neither side comes into this rank. In fact, both are 2-2. The loser's going to fall below 500. The pass intended for Tutu Atwell, but he did not seem to be aware of where the ball was.
Guys, and it was the wrong route. I'm looking at Bobby Petrino right now, and I think Puma Pass got the wrong signal or deciphered it wrong, but that was a miscommunication.
And that's a true freshman on the outside. Atwell's turning out. Ball's on the inside. If you're outside the numbers, I don't know why you would turn to the left, Beth, in my opinion, running a go route, but definitely a miscommunication, like Rocky said.
9 for 14, 104 yards and a touchdown. Incomplete on the blitz coming from the secondary to get after Juwan, and it's 3rd down.
That was a good job by DeKalen Brooks, showing up, getting in the face of the quarterback there. No safety on that, Beth. Man-to-man across. Pass could have made a quick decision. He might have had him, but good job by Florida State making an impact on that play.
Defensive coordinator Harlan Barnett in his first year with Willie Taggart. Handling the low snap. Chucks it out into the flat, incomplete. Heard some footsteps coming. And it's 4th down. So after hitting on 9 of his first 12 throws, he's now missed his last 4. And they're going to have to punt it away. Chance here for Florida State now to get some good field position.
Trino looked like he's telling me wanted a timeout or something there.
No, he's saying he wanted a top route. I guess that's a call that they wanted, and he saw the call wrong, and that's what led to that first incompletion.
Man, you're right in the huddle there. I like it. Right here. That's what I'm talking about.
The scramble for it, and Louisville has come up with it. London Iacopo.
These are the mistakes that show up on tape for Florida State. Coach Taggart going to be happy with that. Obviously, the momentum. Let's watch this here. Trying to get everybody away. Peter hits the helmet. That's a live ball, folks.
That appeared to be off the noggin of Anthony Grant. And Iacopo recovers. Bad break there for FSU. A good one for Iacopo and the Cards. 1st and 10 from the Seminole 43. Down the middle, Jalen Smith to the 18-yard line. 1st down, Louisville.
He's in a groove now. Jalen Smith, he hasn't caught a legitimate pass in a couple of weeks. That has meant something. Nice job. He runs a little hitch route. Nobody's home. Good throw in between the zone, and he just makes something happen with his speed. Good stiff arm. He's a big guy now, Beth. 6'4", 220 pounds.
24 yards on that hookup. 3 catches for 73 yards now in the first half.
Again, attacking the middle of the field. This is showing up every game, Beth, with Florida State. There's an obvious weakness in the middle.
The run on 1st and 10. Ball squirted out. And Brian Burns has it for Florida State. Brian Burns with the fumble recovery.
Covered by the defense.
And it's their first takeaway against an FBS opponent this year as Burns takes it 12 yards in the other direction.
Well, you know, Hall had a little pop ball.
Moving on the field was a fumble.
Truly
Covered
has
by
it.
the defense. That play is under review.
He gets hit by Jackson in the middle. The ball pops out. You saw a fumble earlier in the game where he recovers. Doesn't look like he's... Well, his elbow may have been down, Beth. We'll have to see this after the break.
Back in a moment. Here's the ruling from Jeff
After
Flanagan.
review, the ruling on the field stands. 1st down.
Yeah, and I think, Beth, I don't know if he has the ball off this handoff right here. You'll see it kind of bumble around in his arm. Then he gets hit. Are you really considering that control? To me, right as he's taking that hit, that ball's kind of loose. And you don't see anything in his arms right there. I know his elbow hits, but it's hard to overturn that. But this side...
This angle looks like he's got it and he's down. At any route, the call stands, and the forced fumble by Jackson, the recovery by Burns. And FSU gets it right back. Cam Akers, a run of 4. Cam, who was so outstanding last year as a freshman, the highly touted, in fact, top-rated running back coming out of high school in Clinton, Mississippi. Over 1,000 yards to set a new school record. Had 4 100-yard rushing games last year. And looking for that breakout moment so far this season.
I'll start. Offense number 70. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
What you got for us, Chris Cotter?
Update on the Cornhuskers and Boilermakers. DJ Knox going to get the carry for Purdue. Dances his way right down toward the goal line. Ruled out of bounds at the 1. That's all right, though. You got David Blau. He's been a nice find for Purdue. Takes it over himself. 17-7. The woes continue for Scott Frost.
Thank you, Chris. Well, we've been impressed with David Blau the times we've seen him, and he's had some big moments after a slow start for Purdue. Francois gets out across the 35-yard line, so it's going to bring up a third down. P.J. Blue, who got the start today for the injured C.J. Avery with the tackle.
And we just saw DeAndre Francois take off right there. That's one thing he's been reluctant to do a lot this year. I know he has the knee injuries coming back from, but I think he really helps this style of offense if he takes off just a little bit more here and there.
Good time on third down. The throw along the near sideline. And a heck of a grab by Murray to get the foot down.
It's all about ball placement. Ball placement to the outside, away from the tight coverage. Murray foot down, ball controlled to the ground. Florida State going to try to get a quick.
Snapping quick.
They get the snap off and the run by Akers down to the 45.
That catch was good to me. That's a heck of an effort on the outside there, and nice ball placement.
They are going a little bit faster now. Francois looking, and wisely scoots out of bounds. Rocky referenced it, that bad knee injury in the season opener last year against Alabama that knocked him out for the year. Then they had to deal with the hurricane early in the season. Jimbo Fisher made the move to leave to go to Texas A&M before the season even ended. And they finished just a game above 500 a year ago. And now off to the 2-2 start this season.
Right now his guy has been Murray in the slot. See if he tries to find him here.
Looking that way. Now we'll try and dump it off underneath, looking for George Campbell, and it's fourth down.
He's going to try to run a shallow cross underneath. Good job of the linebacker just holding on.
A lot of jersey right there by P.J. Blue. No flag thrown. Oh, a tough one goes against FSU. They're going to go for it.
Again, Murray's my guy, number 8 in the slot. Again, when in doubt, they've gone to him.
Whistle before the snap, and a timeout called.
Before the snap, timeout, Florida State, first timeout.
We will take it with them. 5:20 to go in the half. Well, this season, Taco Bell is celebrating student sections and passionate fans like these by awarding the best student section of the year. The Louisville Cardinals student section is already on the national watch list. Go to ESPN.com/Taco Bell to see how your school can compete. They have not converted a fourth down yet this season. They're going to try right here. Down a touchdown. Francois batted up in the air, incomplete, and Louisville will take over. Yasir Abdullah got a paw up there to deter the throw.
Well, they bring pressure. They get both linebackers right here. They're going to punch it up the middle. They're going to get their hands up quickly because of the push. Watch the timing. 22. Abdul, true freshman. Love seeing young guys. This is a young defense. Beth Van Gorder talked about it. He didn't open up the defensive playbook. He's trying to get these kids active. How much can they do within the system they're running?
Guys, what really set that play up, nice job of jamming on the outside receivers by the DBs for Louisville. Disrupt the timing of that whole route.
Play action from pass. Short on the throw, looking for Averett. Now let's check in with Chris Cotter.
All right, y'all. First, the question I got to ask Anthony how the pocket square is looking this week. Then to tell you what's coming up at the half. Emmanuel Acho, Jim Moore will join me. Clemson escaped with a win, but they may have lost their quarterback in the process. Kyler Murray didn't start for Oklahoma, but he certainly is finishing. Plus, the problems continue for Nebraska, this time taking on Purdue. Highlights of those games and a whole lot more coming your way at the half. We'll see you then.
Thank you, Chris. Your pocket square slid a little bit today, Anthony.
Yeah. In memory of.
Good incompletion there. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 10. Looking for Crum.
Conversation here. Trying to get everybody on the same page. Obviously, 4th down. You got to be right. Francois. Gavin. But really, that was because of the defense, the pressure, and like Rocky said, the push by the defensive backs on the receivers.
Well, your head coach is also a former quarterback himself, Willie Taggart, returning to the state of Kentucky, where he starred at QB for Jack Harbaugh at Western Kentucky. And a part of the Harbaugh coaching tree across midfield to Crum. They'll get some of it back, but not all of it. And it's 4th down. There's a look at Willie, who decided to return to the state of Florida after just 1 season at Oregon. Four bowls in 8 seasons as a head coach. Of course, that is the expectation at Florida State. They went bowling last year for the 36th year in a row, the longest streak in NCAA history. Beth Mowens and Anthony Becht, and a cheater, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Cotter, he fixed his pocket square. Although, what's this hanging up here a little bit?
It's always tight. You know, I keep it nice and level. Cotter, I'll give you a guy. I got a guy for your squares. But speaking of staying on, being tight in his game, I think Pass has done a nice job at the quarterback position. They've talked about him not being consistent, but I'll tell you, he's trusted what he's seeing. They've emptied the backfield up, kind of empty formation. He's been able to read the field, but really with the legs today, you know, he's not known for being a guy that can run around as much, but he's been smart with it. When it's not there, he pulls it down, doesn't make the crucial mistake.
14-yard touchdown run, the 4-yard touchdown pass for Puma. And now DeAndre Francois with over 4 minutes remaining in the half, and the first down throw to Naquan Murray. They hooked up for a 17-yard TD.
A nice job on that play of seeing the wide open wide receiver and pulling the trigger quick. That's how this offense is supposed to run.
Akers, Francois trying to put a block on the defender.
Easy.
Kane pass. The quarterback's brother stuck him.
Now, look, I saw him before the game, Francois, with no shirt on. He's a big guy, but you know what? You're still a quarterback. Watch this. He tries to put a block on pass. Oh, hey, hello. That's a hello hit right there by Pass, the strong safety. Excuse me, Kane. Wow. Watch yourself. He's still feeling it, fixing his face mask, Rocky.
Kane still thinks he's a linebacker. He played linebacker last year. He's coming up like one.
Wow, that was a shot.
He was ejected last week, a targeting penalty. Returning to the field today, Murray out across the 35. This is the show from DeAndre pregame. That's the quarterback, not the linebacker.
I was like, who's the new linebacker on the roster? I had to go find Willie Taggart. And I said, hey, who's this guy? What's his number? He's like, no, that's Francois. I was like, jeez.
Injury timeout.
Looked like Rocky coming out at halftime.
Yeah, Rocky 2002, maybe. That's about it. You're right. I mean, built really, really good. Even I was talking to Brian Van Gorder before the game, and he goes, God, did you see DeAndre Francois? I was like, yeah, I sure did. Built well.
Chandler Jones is the injured player for Louisville. And the athletic trainers helping him over to the sideline.
A little shaken up.
Freshman out of Miami in the secondary for the Cards.
Boom. Didn't see the receiver. Gavin puts a stick on him right in his chest. It's a big 3rd down. Louisville's done a nice job getting a little pressure last series. See what they got in store for Francois this one.
Blitz coming. Francois incomplete. Tried to drop it off, but behind Murray, and it's 4th down. And Louisville with 2:49 and all 3 timeouts remaining.
Van Gorder having a little more trust, Rocky, in his defense. Young linebackers, young players, bringing some of that heat.
You're right. He told us yesterday he was reluctant to do that because so many young guys didn't want to hang him out to dry. But as I said before the game, he knows he's got to affect DeAndre Francois today. He's bringing some pressure.
Rajay Burns from the 22. Out to the 30. Well, tonight on ABC, number 4 Ohio State visiting number 9 Penn State. It's the whiteout at Beaver Stadium. Saturday night football presented by Wells Fargo, 7:30 Eastern. And one of my favorite games to watch all year long, that whiteout situation, over 100,000 strong. They'll be watching the 2 leading scoring teams in FBS.
2 of the most exciting quarterbacks, too, McSorley and Haskins. This could be, I know we got high points that they've scored, but I think it's going to be a little lower. I did feel like defenses show up today in this game for both teams.
The winner of the last 2 years of that one has gone on to win the Big Ten. And 2 fantastic games the last 2 years where the winner had to come back from double-digit deficits. Ohio State last year, Penn State with that big special teams play a couple years ago.
There's a guy there, Beth, 91 Cooper, 380 pounds, true freshman. He's a tough guy to move. Gotta get 2 bodies on him when you're blocking him, that's for sure.
Force the 1-yard loss, 2nd and 11. Clock winding down to 2 minutes to go here in the half. Pass with the completion out to the 39, about a yard shy of the marker, Rocky.
Guys, everyone's talking about Dwayne Haskins throwing the ball all around for Ohio State. Tell you what, Penn State has been susceptible defensively to the run, and last week in the first half gave up, I think, 140 yards rushing to Illinois. They're rotating a lot of guys on Penn State as I watched them last week. It's like they haven't quite found the mixture they want, but they better find it before 7:30 tonight.
Yep.
Coach Corso, of course, former coach here at Louisville, he put the Nittany Lion head on today on game day. He's picking Penn State. First down yardage for Jeremy Smith, the senior out of Hammond, Louisiana. Two-minute drill time now for Louisville. Blitz coming. Pass. Completes it across midfield to Des Fitzpatrick.
Pass doing a nice job. There's some pressure there by Florida State, but he's got a plan, getting the ball out of his hands. How risky do you want to get on this final drive? You don't want to turn it over, but you want to be smart with your quarterback.
13 for 22, 154 yards, and the 1 touchdown toss.
Please reset the game clock to 25 seconds.
Petrino's not happy. He put his arms up, took us out of the groove. Good start for pass, Beth. He's 4 for 10. Florida State getting to him a little bit, but he's been clean today. Hasn't made a big mistake. Understand, run, pass, making good decisions. See if he can maybe finish off.
QB designed to run and not the execution they were looking for. Dontavius Jackson is having himself a heck of a first half. A loss of 2, and they'll have to burn a timeout with 1:26 to go. Jackson had the forced fumble earlier today as well. Hey, tomorrow at 10 Eastern on ESPN, Sunday NFL Countdown presented by Snickers. How about this one, Anthony? Johnny Manziel on Baker Mayfield. Let's hear what Johnny Football has to say about Baker as he gets set to make his first career start against the Raiders.
Is he going to tell him what to do in an NFL game? I don't know. I haven't seen much of Johnny Manziel lately, but hey, he may have all the answers we need.
You're going to tell him to throw up the money sign, right?
Hey, we got a good one on Monday Night Football as well. How about the start for Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs? They are rolling. They'll meet Von Miller and the Broncos. Monday Night Countdown served by Applebee's. Gets us started at 6 Eastern, followed by the game at 8:15. What up, Mahomes? 13 touchdowns, no picks. That's the best start to a season through the first 3 games ever.
I'll be honest, I questioned him, Big 12 quarterback, but he sat, he learned from the quarterback whisperer and Andy Reid, and he's been able to make himself one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL, like you said, to start the season.
A 3rd down conversion here to Jalen Smith. He and Dontavius Jackson making plans for their Saturday night. 160 yards through the air for Puma. Edge blitz, takes a hit and delivers. Devontae Pete close to the red zone, and he's down inside it. Under a minute to go.
Nice job. Pass is lucky here. He held on to that football. He may be a little shaken up. Wide open on the outside. Watch Myers coming from the right side of your screen from a corner cat blitz. Hits him right in the thigh, but he's able to deliver a strike on the outside to get the big first down.
27-yard gain. 1st and 10 from the 18. Pass. Well, they tried to shovel again to the tight end, Crum. Similar result, short gain.
Going to the well. Hey, you run it one time, that's all you get on the shovel pass to the tight end. Jackson, good job on the spot.
Clock running. 40 seconds to go before the break. Pass, keeps it, and down he goes. Did he flick it out with his left hand at the last moment? No, they're going to rule him down. Back at the 22, it was Corey Durden. And they'll have to burn a second timeout. 29 seconds to go.
And that was a quick pass. I think Petrino wants him to get out of the pocket here and just run, throw it out of bounds. The ball was in his left hand. He's obviously not a left-handed passer. It's tough.
He was not down unless they whistled that play dead.
Yeah, on his body, hand is there.
No body part other than the hand. Watch, he's going to sit on the defender, Durden.
Does get it out.
Third and 14.
Again, the thing here, Beth, you don't want to take a sack, right? You already got taken back here on that play. You don't want to get hit. You do have a timeout left, so be cautious on your risk-taking here, trying to get this ball. If they decide to throw it, you got to be smart. If it's not there, throw it away and give your field goal kicker a chance if you can't convert.
3rd sack for Florida State.
A lot of whistles getting blown here. We're not quite sure.
Following play is under review.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. If they are to overturn this, they'll get the timeout back, and they'll get better field position. Again,
unless they're going to rule, is this grounding? Where is there a receiver in the area?
Looks like he's outside the box.
Tutu Atwell, is he outside the box, is the other consideration. Yep.
Wrist doesn't hit. You know, wrist is part of the... He's 235 pounds. He's a big kid. He's strong. You know, we've seen him, guys trying to pull him down. I think that right there, falling on the body of the defender, helped it.
A lot of things to look at there for Tom DeJoseph, the replay official upstairs. Slinging it out with his offhand.
So they'll get a couple yards back too, Beth. It'll potentially go back to the 18-yard line.
After review, the ruling on the field of the runner being down stands.
Of course, they could also do that.
Hey, whatever works.
So 3rd and 14 from the 22.
I mean, you got to think quick pass here, Beth, or a quick draw play. I don't know how much risk. You've had a good half. You want to lock down the field goal. see what they do on this one.
Pass with time, down the middle, incomplete, and a flag. Intended for Jalen Smith. Asante Samuel Jr., the freshman, had the coverage.
Pass interference. Defense number 26. 15-yard penalty. First down.
Yeah, left hand pulling the outside jersey of Jalen Smith. He calls it out. So again, 25 seconds, Beth. You get a first down, and you do have one timeout left.
Gonna spot it down at the 7-yard line.
I will say this, at the top of the screen, they have Pete, the wide receiver. He's 6'6" on the top.
Pass, gonna step up, taken down around the 3-yard line by Brian Burns. And it's the final Louisville timeout. Well, this season, for every field goal and extra point made by participating universities, Allstate will make a contribution to the university's General Scholarship Fund. Thank you, Allstate. Juwan pass on this drive, 5 for 5, 54 yards. You've got time for a couple of shots probably here into the end zone. No timeouts remaining.
Right. Yeah, 2 passes are going to come. Now, again, tight quarter passing, Beth, you've got to watch for hands, defensive arms. Brian Burns, number 99, especially him, got a big wingspan, long arms on him. Got to be smart when you're throwing in the trenches area into the end zone.
And if I'm the defense, I'm playing man-to-man. I'm really cognizant of rub routes. This is usually the area of the field. They like that kind of thing.
Already we're approaching their game average here in the first half against Florida State today. 2nd and goal. On the 11th play of this drive. Pass. Touchdown Louisville. Des Fitzpatrick.
Coming across the field, working the back end here. Pretty good ball placement. That's great concentration by Fitzpatrick. Again, Asante Samuel Jr. trying to make a jump back to the pass. It's great concentration.
He got a tweet of support from Lamar Jackson today. And Puma having himself an afternoon, a couple of touchdown passes, a touchdown run. Juwan went 6 for 6 on that drive for 56 yards. And a 21-7 lead for Louisville.
Maybe a turning point, Beth, for this offense. Again, they came into this game, no touchdowns in the first half of any game this season, and now they've been able to rip off 3 of them versus a Florida State defense coming in, Beth, that's been pretty good.
Well, it's been a struggle. They're not familiar with these kind of numbers under Bobby Petrino. Just 17 points a game, one of the worst in the country. And that 0 first half offensive touchdowns, that's been erased with 3 of them here in the first half. And losing Lamar may have been the biggest loss for any team in America. Of course, Jackson drafted in the first round, one of 5 quarterbacks taken in the first round, going to Baltimore.
And you know what he said, they worked some 1s versus 1s this week, tried to get better, put the pressure on the quarterback a little bit. But I think if anything, we talked about it early, it's a live ball right there. Talked about putting confidence in your quarterback, and I think Petrino's done a nice job of that in the passing game on the plays he's called.
And for Florida State, down a couple of touchdowns and staring squarely at falling below 500 if they can't turn it around in the second half. 41 years in a row with a winning season in Tallahassee.
Thought this offense took a turn last week, Beth, against Northern Illinois. Today, just haven't been able to get on track. Protection's been okay, but not being able to get the big explosive plays so far.
Florida State won the toss and deferred, so they will get it to start the third quarter, but Louisville impressive in the first half. After this short break, Chris Cotter, Jim Mora, Emmanuel Acho in the studio with a halftime report. 500 as we move in to the month of October. Beth Mowens along with Anthony Becht. We got Rocky Boyman with us as well. 21-7, Louisville on top. Terrific performance in that first half from Puma Pass.
Yeah, it's been both sides of the ball. Florida State can't convert a third down because of some pressures Louisville's running. And then offensively, Puma Pass has done a nice job of really being a playmaker, not only with his arm today, Beth, but his legs as well.
Florida State receiving the second half kick. Comparing the numbers, not a pretty picture for DeAndre Francois and that Florida State offense. They were only able to run 30 plays, had the ball for just 12 minutes, and 136 total yards. We heard all week long Willie Taggart talking about, hey, we got to sustain some drives. Well, Anthony, they're just 2 of 7 on third down, and those sustained drives have been few and far between.
And no explosive plays, Beth, in this game so far, except one drive they put together. They need some of their receivers and, of course, in the backfield, Cam Akers to break a big run and help this team.
Their one score, Francois to Nyquan Murray, a 17-yard touchdown toss. And they're going to run it again here with Cam Akers. P.J. Blue with the tackle.
They talked about establishing an identity, right? They're not real sure what they are offensively. Are they going to be good with the run? Are they going to be good with the pass? They wanted to be forceful with the run today. Nice start, first down run.
Akers trying to get to the edge, and a flag is down behind the line of scrimmage. Gain of 5 may be coming back.
Holding. Offense number 69, 10-yard penalty. Second down.
That is Landon Dickerson, again, his third penalty in his return to the lineup today.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they were excited to get him back, and now he's been a detriment, really, at the position right now. 3 mistakes, 3 penalties. You can't have it. You have a nice run on first down, and then you get Cam Akers on the edge. Got to be smarter.
They've had a different starting offensive line every week. 9 different guys have been in the starting lineup. They still don't have Derek Kelly back yet, but Dickerson returning today. Akers cuts it back inside and out close to the 25-yard line. It's P.J. Blue again with the stop.
Louisville's done a nice job of mixing in pressures. Haven't seen much of this throughout the season because of the trust level of the young players on defense with defensive coordinator Van Gorder. Let's see what they dial up here. I'd say they try to play a little more coverage on this third and long opportunity.
Another one of those tunnel screens. Murray going to come up about a yard short. Terrific open field tackle by Kane Pass. And it's 4th down.
Yeah, Kane Pass laying the wood. But I thought here, Murray catches this ball. I think he should have just kept going up the field. He makes a stop, decides to go to the left. That may have been the difference. I thought the momentum of the defense was going backwards, forces a punt. It's a good job by Kane there, being an enforcer.
And Logan Tyler will have to boot it away. Burns back inside his own 30. Fair catch out at the 32. Let's take a look at our Pacific Life game summary.
It's been the Puma Pass show today. We weren't quite sure what we were going to get today, but he's been dynamic, both running the football, making good decisions when to do that, and being accurate on the pass. I think he's starting to grow a little bit of trust level, growing some confidence as this game goes on. You know what? His receivers are making plays for him. Some drops, some incomplete passes. Those things have been happening in the past. He's been able to put it together today.
They haven't run it quite as well, but throwing it much better, scoring much better. Their first offensive touchdowns in the first half all season, and they got 3 of them. And they'll run it with Hassan Hall. And this could be a big moment for the freshman as he gets more playing time today.
He's got to protect the football, number one. You know, he runs fast, kind of a rangy runner. Even though he's a small guy, he's got long arms. Got to hold on to that football. Not very strong because he's young. He's still developing. But, man, he's got some quick explosiveness in his play.
33 yards for his first 4 games. He's almost there with 29 today. He'll get the call again. And he's got more yards rushing this afternoon than he had all season prior. Let's check in with Rocky after the 12-yard run.
Yeah, guys, one thing I talked to Willie Taggart there right before the half there, or right as we're coming into the half, and he said we got to stop the deep throws by Louisville. And one thing you're seeing, what those deep throws do, they open up the run game. We've seen that from Louisville first 2 plays here for this drive.
Yeah, you want tighter coverage, but you better make sure you continue to play the run well. Coach Petrino's really mixing it up now. Started pass early in the game, now leaning on the run.
To the air, bobbled and caught by Averett, and he's got the first down.
Big body tight end, 6'6", 267 pounds. And get the way that's I got to the league, Beth. That's a big boy for a sophomore. Big target. Good job in the quick pass game for pass.
12-yard gain and an 11-yard gain. The chunk plays are coming on this possession for Louisville. Hall. Good job to stretch that out by the defense. Janarius Robinson made him work for it, and Samuels got to him.
You know, it's not a gain on that play, but it's a good job getting back to the line of scrimmage. He was dead in the water, inside, bounced it out, was able to run past and get back to the line of scrimmage with Robinson chasing him down.
On second down, they'll change it up. Trey Smith is now in at tailback. Incomplete. Into some traffic. Looking for Jalen Smith.
Louisville was having a lot of success exploiting that shallow, intermediate middle of the field in the first half here. These last couple plays, I've seen Florida State try to drop some more guys, some linebackers, some safeties in the middle of that field and take that away.
A 3rd and 10 now. This is a longer range play. Puma pass, a little more pressure now. Let's see if Florida State decides to heat it up.
Taking a hit, throwing deep down the middle. He had Jalen Smith there, but Kyle Myers made him throw it a smidge early.
Yeah, it's the second time now we've seen corner cat off the edge by Florida State, and they're just getting there in time. You're not going to see him right here coming on the edge. This is wide open in the middle of the field. Puma Pass doesn't feel the corner coming, but just that hit makes him throw the ball a little higher and be inaccurate. Jalen Smith a little sick there, not able to get that one for a touchdown. That would have been a big play.
They'll force the punt. DJ Matthews back at the 10. King has already buried 1 punt today inside the 1-yard line. Mason trying to make another one die deep, and this will be put away at the 6-yard line by Devontae Peake. Long way to get home for Francois and the Knowles. You're watching the ACC on ESPN. And here in Louisville, home of the ACC champs in women's basketball. And their team honored earlier today. They picked up their final 4 rings, coming off the best season in school history for Jeff Walls. And a trip to the Final Four. They got National Player of the Year candidate Asia Durr leading the way. They should be awfully good again.
May not be a bigger fan of you than Coach Walls. He was up here with his wife, his kids, taking pictures.
Oh, it's family day up here. They are a fun team to watch, high-powered offense. And Louisville football fans hoping that they can get their offense cranked up again. A good first half with 21 points, and now it's Florida State trying to make amends for some offensive struggles throughout the first half. Only 2 drives today, Anthony, of over 5 plays.
Yeah, you got to win on first down. I mean, that's an obvious issue. They did it on the first drive of the second half, but then they got a penalty. So shooting yourselves in the foot. Got to figure it out right now if you're Florida State. Hands in the air. Guy's not quite sure where to go here, Beth.
A lot of misdirection in the backfield, and as you referenced, Anthony, the result is going to be a flag.
And Murray wasn't sure where to line up, running around left and right, putting his hands up. It's a new style, no huddle. So they're getting the plays from the sideline, something a little different for Florida State. They'll be on the same page.
Offense turned in, moving, but not reset. That penalty did decline. Third down.
Guys, just down here on the field, everything looks foreign to this offense. The offensive line's kind of looking around. They just don't look like they're in a groove. The receivers looking toward the sideline. Just nothing really clicking right now.
And they're facing a 3rd and 10. Akers taken down at the 9, and it's 4th down. Dorian Etheridge returning to the lineup today, getting the stop with Rajay Burns.
It's good to see number 17 back. Was a little banged up. First true freshman in school history to lead the team in tackles last year. He's going to be a special player, and they need him on the field.
Good punt. Burns can't get to it, and it will take a couple of Florida State bounces. A boomer from Logan Tyler in a 15-second break. Midfield.
After the play, dead ball personal foul. Number 23 of the receiving team. The penalty is 15 yards from the dead ball spot. Receiving team will keep the ball. First down.
Or a 61-yard punt, but as you and Rocky were referencing, everything's so new and so different. And Willie Taggart was telling us last night, hey, how would we handle adversity? That's something he's been preaching with this team since he arrived in December. And he thought that so far this season, and what we've seen a lot today, Anthony, too, the mistakes are correctable. But now the question becomes, well, when?
Yeah, and you know what he's done last couple weeks is he's watched film together. Everyone on the team sits there, watch the film, and they all find out who's did what, who did things wrong. So everybody can see. Had some players that were kind of leaning the other way, complaining a bit. But once you start seeing that, and sometimes, you know, throwing rocks at a glass house, right? It may be you that's part of the problem, trying to get that fixed.
Hassan Hall continues to impress. A first down run there. Well, yeah, because usually you're only watching tape, right, with either your offense or just with the guys in your position room.
Yeah, I had never done that in the league professionally. One of my last years in Kansas City, Romeo Crennel, who took over halfway through the season, we had a bad loss, and we all sat there, all the offensive and defensive players, and we watched the mistakes. We watched what the problems were, and I promise you, it kind of got guys going in practice, and you know, from making those mistakes again moving forward.
Trying to get everybody on the same page. Good play by Samuels with the wrap-up. Rocky?
Yeah, Anthony, in all my career in the NFL, was only on teams where we were struggling, where we watched the film together as a team. And look, you sit in there, and it takes a good 3 hours to get through that tape. But you're right, it's accountability. When you're down in your position groups, you have a tendency to go, oh, well, it's the other guy, it's the offense, and they need to get it together. And then when everyone has the eyeballs on the screen and on you, it's a different story.
And Walt Bell talked about how he is just great with adversity, how guys, he pushes them Willie, just about pushing guys just enough to get them to continue to buy in and play hard.
They've got their work cut out for them this afternoon, and moving forward, they're down a couple of scores. Averett with the catch there. 3rd down coming up for Louisville. 50% on the day.
Florida State has not been able to get a ton of pressure on Juwan Pass all day. Now's the time.
Yeah, and it's been a good matchup. 99 versus the big left tackle, Becton. He's 6'8", 355 pounds. He's done a nice job, Rocky. He's, like you said, been very quiet on the edge.
They'll run it up the middle for the first down. Trey Smith. They've been doing it by committee out of the backfield. A run of 9 right there, and 90 rush yards now on the day.
Yeah, just when you think, the pass is the option, Coach Petrino's mixed it up really nice, especially in the second half. And he's getting some play now from his 2 running backs, who's getting more opportunities in this game with Hall and there with Trey Smith.
There's nothing more demoralizing than getting the ball run right up the gut on you when you're playing defense.
Under 6 minutes to go here in the 3rd. The fresh set of downs. So, we talked about Florida State watching some tape. Bobby Petrino had to watch some tape this week, too, of their Virginia loss, their worst offensive outing of his tenure. He was very open and frank, even with the local media, said that was a tough watch. We had to really look in the mirror and hold everybody on this team accountable. He said the effort was there. The guys have not stopped believing. The execution so far today has been better than a week ago.
It has, and you saw those numbers, the balance today, basically 30 and 30 run pass, and that's kind of kept Florida State on edge, not knowing when a pass or the run's coming.
They have run over 20 more plays than the Noles, incomplete on the overthrow. Looking for Jalen Smith.
This play is his second time wide open. Look, this is clearly an issue defensively for Florida State. You're going to get Smith right in the middle, just run right there. I mean, I don't know if the linebacker's supposed to drop Rocky and it's supposed to be Tampa 2, or the safety's got to come up. But right now, that middle of the field, not just today, but in the back end, has been wide open against Florida State.
A lot of 2 deep for Florida State. That's kind of what they do. They've been playing it all year, but you're right, that middle linebacker, if you're playing a 2 deep, has got to get back deep and discourage that seam route.
A couple of times pass has now missed on that throw. And they'll go back to the ground to move the chains.
Guys, this is the first time all year I've seen Louisville win the line of scrimmage battle.
4 returning starters, maybe not living up to the potential. Bad game last week. 3 points, couldn't get it in on goal line situation versus Virginia. Lights a fire under some guys. You start figuring out, can guys play? Do guys want it enough? Today they're proving it, because this defensive line, Rocky, has been pretty good up front for Florida State.
They've been good, but right now they're looking a little tired, and Louisville's starting to take the fight to them.
Big hit on the release. Incomplete. Atwell had a shot at it. Marvin Wilson got all over Puma.
Yeah, Rocky, I know you like this Wilson kid coming off almost an interception and then almost a catch off the tip of the fingers. But this was made by Wilson. Shot right square in the face on pass to bring him down.
Wilson, 5-star recruit. He was the #1 interior lineman a couple years ago, and he had an injury in camp, an MCL injury, so he's kind of late to come on, but he's been playing well these last couple games.
Miscue on the snap on 2nd down, and Hall will cover it, and they'll lose ground here to set up 3rd and long. Loss of 7.
Yeah, again, just doesn't catch the snap. Lucky the tailback Hall was got the right bounce. Would be doing a nice job. Johnny on the spot making that big tackle, knocks him back. Yeah, Florida State needed that because Louisville had been controlling the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 17.
Again, middle of the field, we talked about it. Let's see if Louisville tries to go back to that same formation as the prior pass.
Ball is out on the hit by Florida State. Brian Burns is the guy that jarred it loose. And Louisville able to jump back on it with Mickey Crum all the way back at the 36-yard line.
Pass getting up a little slow. Maybe Burns hurt us here. Coming off the edge. This has been a good matchup against the big left tackle. Just gets and dips low. It's nice. 6'5", able to get his shoulders underneath. Defensive coordinator Barnett told us he's the best, most elite pass rusher he's seen in a long time.
That's the thing. It's so hard for those 6'5" guys to bend and get underneath, but that's what those NFL scouts like about Burns. He can dip and rip and get underneath that offensive tackle.
Florida State's defense shows out, and now their special teams looking to make a play out across the 40-yard line.
I think that was a little North Texas, Beth. He was watching that tape with a fake fair catch, and no one tackled him.
Oh, we've seen Rocky the Jockey. Is America ready for Captain Rocky getting out on the Ohio?
This is the engine room. They call it the firebox. Hey, we need more fuel.
ESPN College Football, brought to you by PlayStation 4, the best place to play.
Folks, welcome to the Belle of Louisville, the oldest Mississippi-style steamboat in North America, 104 years old. 1914, the Titanic had just sunk 2 years prior. The first cars were coming off of Ford's assembly line, and World War I had just begun. This is the engine room. They call it the firebox. Hey, we need more fuel. Here's the throttle. This is where this pretty lady gets all her power. 96 spokes, 24-foot wide, gives this lady a whopping 12 miles per hour. Let's get this puppy in the water. Full steam ahead.
Touchdown, Florida State, 55 yards. DeAndre Francois to Tamarion Terry. And Florida State is right back in it.
This is becoming old hat. Last week, Virginia, deep ball pass, coming off a big punt return. What they do, go deep. They like the matchup versus Sturgill, and Terry comes up big. In back-to-back games, the redshirt freshman making it happen.
Despite having the ball for half as long as Louisville, fewer than half plays run, Florida State now a touchdown down on the big play. Francois to Terry. With 2:39 to go in the third, Rocky. (21-14), the quick strike for Florida State, and they are within reach. Time for Beck's breakdown, Anthony.
Yeah, well, Kane passes here. He's going to stay down in the pocket. Now they have one-on-one coverage, and you got to get your hands on the receiver when he's going deep. And Terry's a big guy, 6'4", got great length. He's obviously got great speed. That was a dime thrown by Francois. He knows it. And this is a quick strike offense. That's what they needed. And now we have a potential of Louisville with the pressure back on them to produce.
And there may be a change at quarterback coming after that last hard hit. The last possession for Louisville on Puma pass.
Yeah, he took that big hit from Wilson and kind of got up slow. Well, he's been in the tent ever since, Beth, and we saw both Travis, but he's a tough guy.
How about that? He's coming back out.
230 pounds. He's definitely took a licking on that, but I'll give him credit. Let's see how he comes back now. Let's see how their offense flows in this type of situation.
We saw both Malik Cunningham and Jordan Travis, the freshman, warming up on the sideline just in case, but pass is back in there, and he'll hand it off to Trey Smith.
And does this big play by Florida State wake up this defense, who hasn't really stopped this team between the 20s today? They need to get off the field if they have a chance in this game.
DeMarcus Christmas, Brian Burns, Frederick Jones, Janarius Robinson, those guys up front. And as we approach 2 minutes to go here in the third. incomplete on the throw. Jawan got rid of that one quickly. Intended for Dez Fitzpatrick, and it's third down.
Jawan is playing so much better here today, but still there's so many throws left on the field, right, Anthony? I mean, that was an easy completion right there.
Yeah, you're right, and he's going to have to worry about now number 99. They got the matchup. This is Becton at tackle as well. He flips sides. Let's see these two compete on this big third down play for Louisville.
Pass is missed on 5 of his last 6 throws. They're bringing it after him. Rifles it down the middle, and it's caught by Atwell. Inside the 20. Big block downfield, and a flag flies as Atwell is tackled at the 5-yard line by Nasruldeen. And the block downfield may have been just a little too good. 66 yards on the pass and catch.
Block in the back. Louisville, 10-yard penalty. Spotted the foul. First down.
Was at the spot of the foul, so a lot of that catch yardage will stand. They're going to spot it at the 29.
Yeah, Jalen Smith. Again, he's in. That's close. I mean, he's on the side of him there. He pushes him. Obviously, he gets twisted that way. I'll tell you what, though, that's a heck of a throw and catch by Louisville, coming up big on a blitz. A corner cat again off the edge. Pass finally gets an accurate throw over the middle.
They brought the house at him, and he responded. 1st and 10. Pass down the middle, and he missed his man. 3rd time today that route has been there, looking for Fitzpatrick.
Florida State might want to consider playing some cover 3, right, Anthony? At some point, drop a safety in the middle of the field and take that route away?
There's nobody there. I don't understand. I mean, that's a lot of pressure for Westbrook, number 19, with no help on the other side to protect him. Who's there? I mean, you just run as your receiver. Pass has got to make that. He's got to complete that ball. He's been good, but he's just been 50-50 on that play so far today.
250 yards, but it could be even more.
Same thing. Wide open.
Same opportunity, and they can't connect on it. Looking for Atwell. They had 2 guys out there.
And they're yelling. They have some miscommunication going on defense because they run a cover 2 here. Watch this. They're going to run these safeties out of here. Who's got the middle of the field? There's nobody home. Pass, just put the ball right there. There's nobody there. Heck, they got 2 guys running in the middle. It's so wide open. Very fortunate on that play. That's frustrating, man. If you're on offense, they're going to watch this Petrino tomorrow in this film, and all the passes they missed in the middle of the field today. Florida State does have to go with single coverage in the middle of the field, in my opinion, as well, just to get a guy in space.
You're going to go there again here on 3rd and 10. They'll run it instead with Trey Smith. And they will line themselves up for a field goal attempt here from about the 25-yard line. Nasruldeen with the tackle. They'll bring the kicker on. Blanton Creekey is 4 for 4 on the season with a long of 43 yards. The lefty has been one of the best they've had here at Louisville. "42-yard attempt. Spot is down, kick is on its way, and Louisville adds to the lead, back up to 10 points with 21 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Tonight on ABC, it's the whiteout at Beaver Stadium and the top 10 showdown. The Buckeyes and the Nittany Lions. Saturday Night Football presented by Wells Fargo, 7:30 Eastern. Also live on your ESPN app. One of those must-see games of the season over the last few years. Who you got? You got Trace? You got Dwayne? As the Buckeyes visit Penn State tonight.
It's going to be an exciting show for sure. I can't wait to get back to the hotel and watch that one.
Well, how about the job Haskins done? Is he a one and done as a starter at Ohio State?
I don't know why, but this kid can throw the deep ball. That's one thing I know. He's been so accurate on that. Every game he's played, he's been able to stand in that pocket. Protection's been great, and deliver the pass. They got a ton of weapons in the passing game. Paris Campbell, K.J. Hill, McLaren, and they got some weapons running the ball too. It's going to be hard. If you take one away, then the other one's there for him. But look at those numbers,
wow.
Beth. That's impressive.
He's already, you're already talking about a guy who's going to threaten their touchdown record, 35 for a season. J.T. Barrett last year, 16 of them already for the Buckeyes. That one will be a lot of fun coming up tonight. It will probably be the final play of this third quarter and a 10-point Louisville lead. They've dominated time of possession as Louisville, but it was the big play from Florida State that got them right back in it. Going deep to Terry in a 10-point game. Start of the fourth quarter at Cardinal Stadium, and so much on the line early in the season for a couple of teams accustomed to winning a lot. And they're both with 500 records a month into the new year. 2nd and 8 for Florida State. Grabbed a bit of the momentum with that big 55-yard touchdown toss. Francois to Terry late in the third. Brian Burns and some of his defensive buddies were just in that offensive huddle before they came out onto the field. And they were in full throat firing this Florida State team up.
I need to take a couple more chances down the field in the passing game. I know they're trying to get Akers, trying to stay balanced, but listen, Terry's been pretty consistent receiver here the last couple of games. When they go to him, he's making big plays. They got Gavin, another 6'3" receiver. Maybe time to take some more shots.
Yeah, the run game just has not been there. 72 yards on the ground and nothing really of the explosive nature. They're going to send Akers out and line him up as a wideout here. All kinds of pre-snap activity.
Yeah, get lined up. That's basically what it comes down to.
They end up jet sweeping it with Akers, who made something of it all on his own, but that was a lot of confusion and a flag down as well.
I don't love the play. They get a penalty. It's getting pushed back. I mean, listen, to me, you got to change up what you're doing right now offensively. Akers a good player.
Formation. Offense had 5 men in the backfield. Put in a big decline. Third down.
You got 3 receivers on the right side, and then all of a sudden you're telling them to run to the other side. Line up in a passing-friendly formation and get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Right now, Cam Akers isn't the guy today. You got to find somebody else.
That flip-flopping of wide receivers in an up-tempo spread offense should never happen like that.
Three-man pressure. They'll set up the screen, and they'll have a chance. It's going to be close. Trey McKitty. And the spot appears to be just shy.
And they'll go for it. I mean, get on the ball here quick.
They picked up 12, so it's 4th and 1.
Now, DeAndre wanted to go quick right there, but it looks like they didn't get the play in time.
They may have a measurement as well. Who knows?
Yeah, they want to take a look at it.
It's going to be about half a yard.
And perhaps to the disadvantage of Florida State. They wanted to snap it and go.
See McKitty, knee hits, ball's just short. That 40 yard line.
That was D. Smith that knocked him down. 4th and 1.
Some mano-a-mano play. Better get some blockers on 58, the big man over the ball. That's Elvis Dumerville's nephew. Dumerville Gene, 380 pounds, right over the center. See if he's got any fight to put pressure on Eberle.
He stands in the way of their first 4th down conversion of the year. It's Akers, head down, 1st down.
Now you go fast. This is where you need to speed up your tempo. You got some big personnel in the game, right? It's a good job of just getting off the football. McKitty blocking.
He won the battle with Smith, Anthony.
He did. Got to make a break a tackle. He does it there. So you want to go fast tempo, but Florida State changed the players, so now Louisville gets a chance to get their big man off the field.
1st and 10 and a false start.
This could be on Dickerson again.
False start offense, number 59, 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
I misspoke. That was the redshirt freshman.
And Florida State's losing all effectiveness of trying to go fast because they get up to the line, but they never snap the ball. They're looking to the sideline. If you're going to run an up-tempo spread offense, then run it. Go quick. They haven't seen that really all day.
Yeah, well, they replaced the player there. They kind of shot themselves in the foot. The referee allowed Louisville to change their personnel. But regardless, you're right. Get up there, whoever's in the football game, and get it going. Give them Louisville chances to get ready.
25 more plays run today by Louisville than Florida State. 1st and 15. Francois taken down immediately. Jared Goldwire got to him.
Behind the sticks on 1st down. Try to run it. Now you've lost some more yards. Puts a quarterback in a bind here, Beth. Trying to get 16 yards on 2 downs.
Couple of negative plays in a row. Francois delivers downfield. Caught at the 35-yard line, a few yards shy of the marker, is DJ Matthews in a gain of 14.
Stand in there, man. I'm telling you what, man, Francois is as tough as they come. The whole season, he's just taking shots. It's a good job of finding Matthews.
Quick tempo on 3rd down, and Akers stuffed. That was a rocket coming right up the middle. Dorian Etheridge.
Yeah, welcome back, right? Out last week. This kid's a fire plug, man. He's one of the special players. They really like him. The top freshman in the country last year, tackling linebackers, and he's making his presence felt.
Another 4th down. Francois caught at the 15. 1st down, Florida State. Terry again with a nice play.
4th down. I mean, look at this. Just get separation, throw it. Great hands by Terry. This kid's a playmaker now. That's a huge play on 4th down. The pressure levels on that one right there with the defender slapping at the football. That's impressive.
Boy, 2 4th down conversions on this drive, and you feel the sense of urgency for the Seminoles. Going for the big play. Touchdown, Trey McKinney.
Tell you, when he's clicking and they get that quarterback going, Francois does a nice job. You're going to watch McKinney here just run right up the sidelines here. The outside receiver is going to pull the corner, and that's a mismatch. A defensive lineman versus the tight end. Excuse me, that was the linebacker, but that's a nice job by Florida State.
The moxie of DeAndre Francois taking hits and delivering. converting on a pair of fourth downs. He's got his third touchdown pass of the day.
It doesn't take a lot of time when Francois gets into the groove. He can put it in spots, and his players are making plays in the passing game. We got a ball game.
How about the second half for DeAndre Francois? Perfect 8 for 8 with a couple of touchdown throws of 55 and 25 yards.
A nice smile there, Coach Taggart. I think he's saying, look, man, I know we're trying to run it, but let's pass it a little more. Whatever you got in that playbook right there, that sheet, dial them up for me because I'm hot. 8 for 8.
Tyler will take care of the kickoff duties. Hall and Yeast are back deep. Seminoles have definitely taken the momentum here in the fourth quarter, under 10 minutes to go. And it'll come out to the 25. 3-point game here at Cardinal Stadium.
ESPN College Football is presented by the unexpected energy of ExxonMobil. Energy lives here. And in part by Allstate. Are you in good hands?
Cardinal Stadium in Louisville. The Cards have been leading all afternoon, but it's Florida State with the momentum right now. DeAndre Francois, a couple of second half touchdown passes. And now how does Puma Pass respond? 1st and 10. He's going to look to the air, throwing it deep, and it's dropped by Hassan Hall as he turned to run for the end zone, and a couple of flags are down by the quarterback, and it's going to be a hit on pass.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 21 defense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Now, Wilson got right up in his face mask earlier in the game, wasn't called, and right here, just super late.
Wow.
I mean, that ball was out. That's just not a smart play by the sophomore young player. You've got to know the situation, what's going on there. That hurt your team big. And, of course, down the sidelines, wide open with the drop for Hall. Wow. Coach Taggart coaching him up here, man. You got to be smarter on that.
That'll give Louisville the first down out at the 40. The numbers on pass, but also the misses. They've had opportunities downfield, and then that last drop, they'll go underneath, and we'll check in right now to the studio. Chris?
Got a twofer for you. First off, Texas and K-State. Texas got up to a lead here, but Kansas State coming back. The direct snap to Alex Barnes. He scores just a 5-point lead right now for Texas. So Texas always has issues in Manhattan, and Michigan always seems to have issues at Ryan Field, too. Teron Higdon taking it over here, but the Wolverines trail by 10 at the half.
Now, Beth, Louisville's been going to the well an awful lot in the middle of the field. They haven't been able to connect. Well, Coach Barnett, the defensive coordinator for Florida State, trying to bait him and try to make that change to lure one here if they go to it again.
They'll run it. Hall. Flags everywhere. Hall down. Brian Burns able to blow up that play. And this will set Louisville back.
Making those mistakes, pushing you back, puts pressure on your quarterback. You know, he's staying ahead of the chains all game today. Louisville hasn't making many mistakes. And now in the crucial part of the game, right, Beth? Fourth quarter, this is when it counts. This is where you got to find ways at home to make things happen. Florida State's starting to pick up steam.
Knowles, an opportunity to get some fresh legs out there defensively. Just three-man pressure, almost picked, deflected by Nasruldeen, and that was Burns again getting after the QB. Third down.
Finally, somebody in the middle of the field, Rocky.
And they finally were able to get a deep drop. I think that's the thing. You play that sort of coverage where the middle of the field's open, you drop someone back in there. You got to realize, keep everything in front of you. Don't get baited on that shallow throw there. Keep getting depth. Nice job finally.
It's been a matchup all day, Beth. Brian Burns now is going to get a chance to go against McNeil, number 72. Let's see if he can make something happen.
Third and 15 to the outside. The catch is made by Pete. And good defense to hold him short of the marker, Levante Taylor. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
Yeah, he's short of the sticks here. Pete, big target. See that helmet coming in. It's close.
That was Stanford Samuels who came in and applied the hit.
Missing a guy here on punt, trying to get him in. Pete.
Play game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Fourth down. Clock will start on the snap.
Both sides having some management issues, getting the right guys in the right spots.
Petrino not happy with that spot. I think he thinks he caught it on the spot there, but definitely a little short. If you're going to run 3rd and 16, you better run a 17-yard comeback, not a 16 to 15-yard comeback.
Mason King will try and bury the Knowles deep again. Short kick. The Florida State players trying desperately to get away from it.
That ball was just chasing him.
They've already gotten hit once by a punt today, and it's back to DeAndre Francois, the other side. Let's take a look at our Pacific Life game summary. And the second half for DeAndre Francois has been perfect. 8 for 8, Anthony.
Yeah, he really has. He's come on strong. You know, they've tried to mix in the run today. But to me, I think it's time to let the quarterback and some of these receivers make it happen. Louisville has not brought pressure on early downs. Might be time to put the ball in the air here.
Big moments of games. Think players, not plays. DeAndre Francois is a player.
Receiver screen. It looked like Murray was going to think about throwing it, and he'll run instead for the first down out across the 40.
Yeah, they're trying to get the tight end leaking out. It was covered, but again, still made a positive play. Murray, these are the guys that are the playmakers. The Murrays, the Terrys, the Matthews, the Gavins. They're trying to stop the run today. They've chosen Louisville to stop the run against Akers. Today is a quarterback day for both teams. See if Francois can come up big.
They're going to run the reverse. Murray makes one man miss, but not the second. Thrown for a loss on the play. Let's check in with Chris Cotter.
All right, let's check in over on ABC. Kyler Murray, he's having an unbelievable day after not starting in this game for disciplinary reasons. Here's his 6th touchdown pass of the day. Throw in 1 running. He's got 7 total. Marquise Brown takes that one 50 yards. Coming up next here, Joe Giles Harris and Duke all set to go up against Virginia Tech. Daniel Jones back at quarterback for the Blue Devils, guys.
Beth, a double reverse on that last play. I'm not quite sure what Florida State is thinking on this drive early on.
Looking at a 2nd and 18. Francois to throw. Tried to high point it, broke it up. Looking for Terry. And Banasaur with the breakup.
Yeah, tightly covered. I mean, Terry gets his hand on it, but he's able to swipe it away. It's tight coverage. Terry's been able to do that all game. But again, you're 3rd and 16, 15 here on a double reverse that you tried to run when you just got a positive yard on first down.
First incompletion of the second half. They have really struggled on second down today, as well as through the year. And it's 3rd and 18. Pressure coming. Francois airs it out downfield. Incomplete, looking for Terry, and Ambassador had the coverage again. And the Louisville defense forces the punt.
Yeah, able to get pressure, and the inside linebacker forces Francois not to throw a grounded play down the field. Van Gorder talked about getting it off his point, off the spot in the middle, and that's a great play by Ambassador there, making a nice stop on knocking that ball away.
Tyler kicks it away to Burns. Fair catch. At the 28-yard line, under 6 minutes to go. Louisville with the ball in the lead. Coming up tonight on ABC, Ohio State, Penn State, the whiteout at Beaver Stadium. It's Saturday Night Football presented by Wells Fargo at 7:30 Eastern. How about the play at Trace McSorley, Anthony?
Hey, we talked about Haskins earlier. Well, guess what? Penn State's got a weapon, too. And we saw McSorley on game day today. He said, sometimes it's not perfect. Sometimes I don't make all the passes connect. He's almost a 50% passer, but he's just a competitor. He's a winner, and he makes the plays when it counts.
That's coming up tonight on ABC. And now Louisville will try and work this clock down, holding on to a 3-point lead, under 6 to play. And a first down run for Trey Smith.
And if you're on offense right now, see that play clock, 32. You want to get that down to about 5 seconds every time. It's a great start, getting kind of out of that hole there. But it's been a nice job in the second half of the run game for Louisville. They have a lot of yards, but they've been a lot more effective in the second half than they were coming out in the first half where they were passing.
Oh, now they're going to rethink it and measure here.
Clearly over.
10 yards on the carry. And good for another.
Both sides with the full complement of timeouts remaining. Down to the wire, Florida State and Louisville. Both looking for their first ACC win, both looking for their first win against a Power 5 foe. It has not started the way either side had hoped it would this year. Well, it's the ESPN app, and it now features ESPN Plus. Get more ESPN and download now.
Tell you what, that ESPN Plus, if you have it, has all the 30 for 30s that they've ever done. Go back and watch those. Things are awesome.
That's some of the best stuff that we do. Clock running now, under 5 minutes to go. Louisville taking their time. Here comes Brian Burns, and down goes pass. Mel Kiper's got him as a first-round pick next year in the NFL draft.
You know, he's got great moves coming off the edge here. And, again, you got to have an internal clock. See the working with his arms and hands there. He's one of the best in the country with that. But Pass has to understand that there's a matchup there that could potentially be a problem, and he's got to get that ball out of his hands.
3rd and 6. Smith is the motion man. Pass, stepping into it, dropping it off underneath the Smith. He's got the first down inside the 40 as he outran the linebacker Brooks. 21 yards.
David Smith one-on-one. Smith coming underneath to Kalen Brooks. Not able to come up on it. It's a nice job changing it up. We've seen the middle route. And now you get Smith underneath on a crosser. Good change up.
Chance to use some more time. Smith now 100 yards receiving on the day. Trey Smith with the run. That'll allow them to work that clock down under 3 minutes unless Florida State wants to start stopping it.
I think if you're Florida State's defense, you got to start attacking now. You got to get a negative play. You got to try to find a way to force a turnover with this clock ticking down under 3 minutes.
They have the linebacker shoot the gap on first down, try to guess, little guessing game on rundowns here. See if they could pick the right one with Jackson in the middle.
A career day for Juwan Pass, nearly 300 yards throwing. Couple of touchdown passes, another one running. Back to Smith, lunging forward, stayed in bounds, down to the 28. Louisville with the, or excuse me, FSU with the timeout. We'll take the 15-second break. Signaling he stayed in bounds. It certainly looked like he lunged
on the way, yeah,
of bounds. Instead, Florida State has to use its first timeout.
Why was he diving out of bounds?
Should have been diving the other way.
Yeah, just fall out. I mean, let's not try to stop the clock.
Louisville has dominated the TOP today. They've run 77 plays to just 52 for FSU. Trey Smith now 70 yards rushing. Play action.
Wow.
They'll dump it off to the tight end, and he gets out, runs out of bounds to stop the clock.
I'll tell you, heavy run formation. Everybody here is thinking run, and Coach Petrino does a nice job. He just sneaks the tight end. Look, everybody's blocking. Tight end's on it, and he just slips out. Pass does a nice job of play action, the fake. And they got him. You know, sometimes that's the difference when you're talking about a premier play caller, Petrino. In those moments, trusting your quarterback. In the past, he didn't have the confidence. In this game, he feels a lot better about what his quarterback has done.
And, of course, excuse me, the clock continues to motor. It's down under 2 in the interception. It's picked off by Westbrook.
First question, why are we passing? It's first down. First down, you just got a big play. I mean, is it being greedy? I don't know. But, man, I'll tell you what, Florida State, that's a heck of a play of being ready. Petrino's talking to his quarterback, but he just eyeballs this. He's watching it the whole time, and Westbrook's just standing there. He's like, man, you're going to do this? And steps right in front. The tight end's putting his arms up like, hey, I'm not even open.
And that was a design pass. I was thinking it might have been an RPO, and he just chose to pass it, but that was a pass all the way. Interesting play call.
So now Florida State with a chance. 1:56 to go.
It obviously was supposed to be a run, but he's getting on him. Anytime you see a face getting as bright of the shirt, there's obviously a problem. And he's saying, how could you throw that?
Noles have 2 timeouts left from their own 19.
And here we go. We got another guy lined up coming out of.
They didn't have enough guys on the field. Gavin is forced to run on.
They reset the clock for the quarterback. For what reason, I don't know.
Louisville does not like that clock getting restarted.
Francois looking deep, incomplete, trying to hook up with Terry again.
They had him. It's great protection. That's something you don't hear much, right? From the Florida State line, but he had all day to throw that, and got to come up big here in this fourth quarter. Minute 49 left. Can the offensive line, it's going to come down to those guys, get it done.
Blitz is coming. Florida State picks it up, and Francois finds Matthews out to the 39. First down.
That's excellent protection. They bring a strong side backer blitz. 2 backers come. Offensive line bows up, and Francois makes it happen.
The out route, Murray steps out. 1:30 to go. Gain of 4.
And this might be the most dangerous time for Francois. He's a guy that when he gets in a little bit of a groove, he starts feeling it, hitting some completion after completion. That's when he's scary at the quarterback position.
2nd and 6. Almost intercepted through the hands of Dorian Etheridge. 3rd down.
Just following the eyes of the quarterback. Watch him. Right in the middle of your screen. He's just watching Francois. Reads it. Oh, man. I could seal it for you right there. He's upset about that one. Who's going to make the play, Beth? 3rd down, 5. No advantage for anybody here. Just got to come up. Little confusion by Louisville here getting lined up.
Edge pressure coming. Francois delivers. Murray makes a man miss. Foot race down the middle. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Florida State. And they take the lead with 1:13 to go.
I thought Francois was going to take a sack, and he just has that release. And Murray makes him pay.
Off of the turnover and the questionable pass by Louisville, and Florida State goes the other way. Francois, his 4th TD throw of the day, and his 2nd of over 50 yards. First 1:13 to play in their first lead of the day.
Slide protection. Free hitter off the edge. Francois feels it, knows he's got to get the ball out of his hands quickly, and Murray's right there on the slant. He just makes it go. Tremendous amount of speed. We talked about it earlier, Beth. He is one of the playmakers on this football team. And just when you think you're there and you got him tackled, that speed and pull away off of Smith on his back. 2 veteran players for this team making plays.
2nd TD catch for Murray.
Took a shot, but that slide protection. And he got up pretty quick, so he didn't feel that hit. Feels a lot better when you're throwing touchdowns than taking sacks. And Francois, man, makes them pay off the brutal mistake by Louisville to throw a pass on 1st down when they had just secured the ball in the red zone.
Good block by Terry down inside the 10-yard line to make a clear path for Murray. Well, tonight, after Ole Miss and LSU wrap things up on ESPN, stick around for Sports Center with SVP. We'll have reactions from Ohio State, Penn State. His picks, what he thinks will be the top 4 so far for the playoff, and also a live report from Paris, where the United States is in big trouble in the Ryder Cup. They are going to need an awfully big Sunday to come back to win it, down 10-6 to Europe.
Making them pay for mistakes, Beth. That interception, again, still scratching my head on Louisville on that 1st down, throwing a pass. Just had control of this game.
Still time for Puma. Can he make something happen? And he runs with it instead of throwing it away. And Louisville, are they going to work their first timeout? They're going to try and hustle to the line here, and now Petrino's got to call the timeout. They lost about 10 seconds.
And listen, you got time when you're getting the ball 1st down. Give him an outlet pass. You don't have to get all the yards on the first throw.
Let's check into the studio.
Few surrender cobras already being seen there in Louisville. Coming up next, Justin Fuente at Virginia Tech getting set to take on Duke. Should be a good one in the ACC. As I mentioned, Duke gets their quarterback back. We'll see how effective he is. They'll kick in 6.5, guys.
Looking forward to that one. Thank you, Chris. And here, let's go back to that questionable either play call or execution, when they had a chance to work the clock and force Florida State to call timeouts.
I'm speechless. And you know what, though? Florida State made you pay. DeAndre Francois said, I get another chance. He didn't think he was going to get back on the field. Louisville had this game in control, less than 2 minutes. And they put the ball back in the hands of one of the most dangerous quarterbacks in college, and they made him pay. And there's a man that made the play, Westbrook. Sitting back, probably not thinking it was going to be a pass, and just tracking, pass up right at him.
Second and 9, pass, incomplete. In the prevent defense here, they do have a guy deep down the middle of the field defensively.
Yeah, they do, and they're not going to give up a deep ball, but you can work the middles, the 8-yard areas underneath. Just take what they give you. It's 2 downs in a row now. They weren't able to get a pass out to a coverage that's basically fallen back into a 3-deep look.
Third down and 9. Deep down the middle, incomplete. Overthrew Atwell, and it's 4th down.
Again, trying to go deep. The coverage is too far back. We used to have a play, Rocky, called sticks route, okay? It's 4th down. All right, just run your guys, evenly disperse them here, 2 by 2, and everybody runs sticks route and just try to find the open guy and get it on him quick to potentially get a first down. But Florida State right now not going to give up the big play.
Yeah, give enough guys out into that pass route here and have pass hit someone.
Passes, throw, overthrown, and intercepted by Stanford Samuels with 36 seconds to go, and that should ice it for the Seminoles.
Just when they thought they were dead in the water in this game, a complete turnaround. Louisville have made control all day. Again, nobody's home, not his forte, throwing down the field like that. I don't know if I love those last 4 play calls. The backpack is out. Is that Gucci? I don't know what that is, Beth, but it's as expensive as this win's going to be for Florida State still in a way. And I'm telling you, Louisville's going to go back and kick themselves in this game at the end when I thought they had control.
Don't forget tonight on ABC, Ohio State and Penn State. It's the whiteout from Beaver Stadium. Saturday Night Football presented by Wells Fargo. 7:30 Eastern from Happy Valley. What a second half for DeAndre Francois. He goes 12 for 15, 218 yards, and 3 touchdown passes in this second half. And the defense held Louisville to just a field goal after the intermission.
I don't know. Moving forward, man, I'm riding out Francois, man. He's the guy. You got some weapons, man. Willie Taggart's going to watch this. He saw his quarterback bring him back. Defense makes a big play, but unbelievable job today.
Stunning finish for Florida State. 28-24 the final as they come back to beat Louisville. Now let's send you to Durham, North Carolina. It's Virginia.